let's take a look at this question under calculus, which is obvious a differentiation question. The question says differentiate with regard to x, y equal to root 4x minus 3. Now, this question, y is equal to root of 4x minus 3, I have to put it in a simple form to become y equal to 4x minus 3 raised power of half. Now, any question given to you at all, make sure you look at it. Look at the way you can simplify the question to a very reasonable extent. After you have done that, then you can now look at the particular techniques you can use to solve the question further. Now, obviously, by looking at this question now, you can see that the value here, if it is 2 now, we can say that we want to multiply it with one another, and we will make use of our formula method to simplify each of the terms. But here, the value I have here is raised to power of half. So I make use of composite function here. The composite function rule says that the y dx is equal to the y du multiplied by the u dx. That is a composite function rule. That is what it states. Now, here I can now say that let u equal to 4x minus 3. If u is equal to 4x minus 3, then my y will eventually be what? This is u, right? U raised power of what? 1 over 2. I think it's that clear. Very good. Now, I can now say that the y dx, if it is equal to this now, I can now say my u, since it is equal to 4x minus 3, then my du dx, I'm going to differentiate this one now, is equal to what? 4. It's this one you are going to differentiate alone, because this one does not have a variable x, and you know it's a constant, and differentiation of a constant is 0. So I go ahead to differentiate my y now. My y has been gotten to be u raised power of what? Half. Then my dy du now will be equal to half u raised power of what? Half minus 1. Where the y du will be equal to half u raised power of what? Minus, that will be what? Half u raised power of half u raised power of minus half. Good. This is the value of the y du. Where is our value? This value of our du dx. So I can now insert it to become, don't forget the composite function. Composite function. That is what it states. It says the y dx is equal to the y du multiplied by the u dx. So we are going to have it to become, what is our dy du? Half u raised power of what? Minus half multiplied by the u dx is what? Is 4. Where the y dx will be equal to 4 times 4 over 2 u raised power of minus 1 over 2. The y dx will now be equal to 2 u raised power of what? Minus 1 over 2. Then finally the y dx will be equal to what is the value of our u? 4x minus 3. 4x minus 3 raised power of what? Raised power of minus half. Let's look at another question as well as regard making use of composite function. Alright, we have another question here. The question says differentiate with regards to x, y equal to x minus 1 over x raised power of 3. You don't forget that we make use of composite function when we discover that the power on this value here is higher. Something like when it's about greater than 2, or when it is a reciprocal value, if it's a fraction, or if it's a negative index, the power on it. That is when we make use of composite function. Now, in this case now, we have to first of all simplify this question given to us by saying y will be equal to x minus, this is reciprocal of x here. So it is the same thing as x raised to the power minus 1. Then raised to the power of 3. Good. Then move on. We have y. So once this is like that, we can now look at it and say that we can take this one as our u. Our u is equal to what? X minus x raised to the power of minus 1. So let's quickly simplify and find the value of the u, the x. The u, the x will be equal to, what is the differentiation of x? That will be 1 minus x raised to the power of minus 1. That will be also what? Minus 1 times x raised to the power of minus 1 minus 1. Don't forget the method we use. So the y, the u dx now, the u dx become 1 plus x raised to the power of what? Minus 2. That is the value of our the u dx. Now, for our y now, since we have turned this value here into u, our y now become u raised to the power of 3, where our dy, du will be equal to 3u raised to the power of 2. 3u raised to the power of 2. So we can now have our composite function according to our composite function, which says the y dx is equal to the y du multiplied by the u dx. So this is our value of the y du. The value of our du dx is here. So we are having the y dx now will be equal to, what's our the y du? The y du, that is 3u squared, 3u squared multiplied by the u dx. That will be into bracket. We need to put this one 1 plus x raised to the power of minus 2. So I have the y dx now to be equal to 3. What's the value of our u? X minus reciprocal of x. That's x minus x inverse of x power minus 1. Then 1 plus x raised to the power of minus 2. Now, if you look at this expression that we have here now, we can simplify it further. Depends on our intention. X raised to the power of 3u. This is 3u squared. 3u squared. This is squared. Yes, it's squared here. Then we have that one there as well. So we can now turn it to become the y dx can become 3 into bracket. Let's put this value here because we are multiplying everything together. 1 plus x raised to the power minus 2. Then x minus x raised to the power minus 1 squared. That is a final answer to that question. So we can as well turn it to become the y dx. It's still the same thing. 3 into bracket 1 plus x to the power minus 2 x or let's say 1 over x squared, x minus 1 over x squared. So that is a final answer there. You can turn it to any form of those answers. Please, more of these questions are available on our channel. Go there to get more. Thank you.